On December 7th, 1941, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, drawing the United States into World War II. The very next day, the US Army troops requisitioned half of Walt Disney's Burbank, California studio for their use. But space was not all that Disney would provide the troops. Artists, animators, and Walt Disney himself pitched in, enlisting Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and other beloved Disney characters into the war effort. Throughout the early 1940s, Disney churned out military training films, educational shorts, and military insignia for over 1,000 different units in the US Armed Forces. Disney's entire stable of characters was employed in the name of patriotism, and by 1943 newspapers were reporting that up to 90% of the Disney Studios' work was for the government agencies. In 1943, the New York Times singled out Donald Duck in particular as an ambassador-at-large salesman of the American way for his representation of the United States both at home and abroad. By the end of the war, however, the title Salesman of the American Way may well have belonged to Walt Disney himself. The use of Disney's characters in war-related work helped to strengthen the perception of the Disney's brand as a symbol of the United States and its values. Disney was most prolific during the war. As a morale booster for the troops, company artists created images of Disney characters for unit patches, eventually providing insignia for almost 1,300 units in the US Armed Forces. Requests were so numerous that the studio had set up an entire 5-person unit devoted to insignia, under the lead of artist Hank Porter, to even come close to meeting demand. Disney partnered with several government programs to educate citizens and encourage them to do their part for the war effort. Disney characters appeared on posters, in books, and even on war bonds to boost their appeal to children. Examples from a museum's collection include a series of posters made for the Food and Nutrition Committee of the California War Council, as well as the book with movable characters created at the suggestion of the US Treasury Department. Disney designed the book, The Victory March, to teach children the importance of saving stamps for war bonds. At the beginning of the World War II, Disney's most famous product was animation, which logically was put to patriotic use in educational shorts and training films, and it had even played a role in international diplomacy. Animated shorts were used for many different purposes. The New Spirit helped explain income tax laws in 1942 to help fund the war, while Fall Out, Fall In provided entertainment alignment with current affairs and promoted patriotic service, as exemplified by Donald Duck. The studio's work was not just instrumental to the United States war effort. Using Disney characters to speak on behalf of the US government also solidified the idea, building since Disney's 1930s cartoon work, that the brand had associated with patriotism and a symbol for America. This association continues to be fostered today, as seen in the nightly flag retreat ceremony held at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World, where park visitors gather to honour the American flag and the country's veterans.